All right, guys, got a couple, not even a couple minutes from time. We've got 40 seconds to go for market to open. What's going to be the money maker today?
It was a quick Twitter dump there. Facebook starting to peak up here a little bit.
A little bit of a slow start so far.
There's Twitter coming up to 3360, small reject. Facebooks are running. Started running a pre-market resistance on Facebook. Twitter popping over our 3360.
So I just got long on Twitter. Oh, there goes Baba. Baba's pushing. So I am long Twitter with 1,500 shares right now. Starting to move nicely.
A bad fill on Twitter.
A lot of sellers coming back in on Twitter there. Still holding long. Baba's popping up to that 179's price. Here we go. Twitter's starting to move up. Still long. This next push is kind of where the money comes in. If we can get over this 3380s, over 3380s, we should see a nice push.
Yeah,
we're over 3380s.
Wow, I got 0 fills. It just says history is placed. Wow. Flew right over my order. It's sad.
Still holding on Twitter.
Facebook's still ripping for me though. Still in that.
So I might look to sell 1,000 shares if it struggles this 3380s anymore. I think it wants over it. Come on. Okay, I'm getting ready to sell 1,000 shares if it keeps struggling here. Still looks strong. Yeah, it's going over. Boom. There it goes. So now they're over 3380s. That's a good sign. All right, I'm going to sell a little bit here. So just sold 1,000 shares on Twitter. Only have 500 shares left. Baba rejecting super hard. IQ, guys, keep an eye there. It's got a nice looking pattern. Oh, sorry. Let me pull up that scanner for you guys. All right, got the scanner up there, so that's good. So still holding some long on, oh wow, look at the sell-off here on Baba. Wow.
Wow, big rejection there.
Yeah, I know. I almost want to short it, but I'll be shorting the low. IQ is still pushing higher.
I'm really waiting for a pullback on Twitter since I didn't get a fill. If it ever stops cruising. Oh, of course, huge push there, 20 cents. Wow.
Still holding Twitter long, 500 shares.
It's gonna be wow, and Twitter's still running.
Still holding Twitter long. I'm going to sell 250 shares there. So just sold 250 shares, only holding 250 shares long now.
Nvidia working out real nice as well. You were watching that. Wow. Twitter coming back up a little bit here. Facebook popping more.
Heck, look at IQ still booming.
Everything's just ripping. Except for poor Baba. Baba's breaking down here, guys. I'm gonna watch for a bounce play on Baba as well.
Missed
Twitter's
that
finally coming.
nice short there on Baba.
Yeah.
Still holding Twitter's long with the 250 shares at this point. See what it's looking like. Yeah, it's up there pretty good. I mean, I expect we're going to get a pullback here on Twitter, so I'm just going to hold these 250 shares.
Oh, got bought right back up.
Wow, look at Netflix. Holy hell.
Facebook and
smokes.
Twitter, huge push right there. Holy cow.
I'm gonna have to start focusing my attention on Netflix. It's just going crazy. I think you might want to too. Just push like nuts.
Look at that rip on Facebook.
Oh wow, look at Facebook too. The market also squeezed up too. Holy cow.
I sold my contracts at 173.
Good work.
Man, did I sell early. Oh. Twitter, another breakout.
So still holding those 250 shares long on Twitter. Haven't sold those, just letting those rock and roll. Let's see where this resistance is at on Netflix. Oh, dude, Netflix is just a monster right now.
Yeah. Like not one thing is giving me a pullback right now. Facebook, Twitter, except for Baba, and that's just not trusting that right now until it gets down to the 177 range.
So Netflix going through a nice pullback here. A little bit of a pullback, not. So I'm going to sell my 150 shares on Twitter, I believe. Well, I mean, not yet. I mean, I guess there's really no point to. Gosh, everything's just booming right now.
Can't believe I didn't get a fill on that Twitter, man. That would have been huge money for me. Here's a short squeeze on Twitter. Watch this. Bam, highs.
Good work on finding Twitter today. Anybody still long Twitter right now? Yeah, I'm still holding Twitter. I'm going to sell 150 shares there on Twitter. I mean, that's a massive move. Only have 100 shares left. So, yeah, I'm just going to let these 100 shares do whatever they want now. So that was a fantastic.
You guys caught that.
Netflix is going nuts. So Netflix has gone parabolic here, which could lead to a good short. I will say that Netflix is more of a parabolic push today.
Baba has earnings coming up, right? I think that you should see Baba sell off.
Massive sell off here on Twitter. Massive.
Holy Twitter. There we go. Give me a pullback.
Facebook, big pullback. Netflix, I think Netflix, it's getting a little scary there. Yeah, I might be looking at shorting Netflix here in a sec, just being patient with it. Yeah, I'm going to take a short. Ooh, no, hold on. I need to get my auto send on. So I just got shorting Netflix here for a push down to the 9 moving average. This will be more of a scalp short. There's no telling if it's for sure going to work. It's still a strong push to the upside, but it looks as if it's getting a little shaky here at this 346. And it's a parabolic squeeze to the upside. I think it's got a good pullback coming on it. So currently holding short Netflix with 200 shares.
Twitter through the VWAP there.
So Netflix needs to start breaking down right now, or else I'm going to be getting out. Come on, Netflix, let's go. Parabolic short, come on. It's struggling. It's getting ready. If this breaks, it's going to be a nice push. All right, I'm out. So Netflix failed that parabolic short I was looking for just right away. So all out. I took a $17 loss there, basically nothing. So maybe I exited a little too soon. Probably. We'll see. We'll see. It wasn't comfortable once I got in, so it's okay. So Twitter, yeah, it's just kind of doing its thing.
As far as fills going here, my options not happening today.
So watch Netflix here. Netflix might go for another squeeze to the upside. I believe it is. I'm going to hop in long. It failed that parabolic short, so I think there's a lot of other people that may have hopped in short there, and now it's going to start squeezing up over highs. So long Twitter here with 250 shares. It's a pretty clean pullback. I'll give it a second. Oh, that doesn't look good. It's not what we want.
Watch Twitter at the 50 EMA now if it catches that low, because it's right at 33. That's a little higher than 33.60, but 33.60s are opening lines. So if Twitter does sell off to the 50, you could have a bounce down there. I long Twitter at the VWAP. I'm just gonna hold it.
So I'm still holding Netflix long here. Still kind of holding this level it was when I initially shorted. So down about $100 on the current trade with Netflix.
Twitter does having a run here. I'm up about $10 buying the
Yeah, I
dips
might
here.
look to exit here on Netflix if it doesn't start moving up.
Facebook flagging.
Let's go Netflix, come on. Could have waited a little bit longer for consolidation, but the candle I hopped in on really looked like it was getting ready to squeeze, so I just ended up taking it.
There's the Baba dump.
Yeah, 346. I mean, this kind of area is a resistance that it's running into from a couple days back, so we'll see here. I might be getting, it doesn't, looks more like a fake to the short side, to be honest. Yeah, I might look to exit here on Netflix. It's getting ready. If it cracks that level, it'll be a fast dump. There it goes. So all out of Netflix there for a nice loss, about $260, kind of breaking down that level. So I'm up $248 on the day after that loss with Netflix. That's okay. So IQ's got a nice little curl action to it. Keep your eye on that. Facebook with a lower high.
Twitter all the way down to the 50 now. Everything's super dumping now. Look at Baba dump. Told you.
Yeah, market's pulling back pretty hard.
Yeah. Really just focusing on Twitter to get a bounce here. So I'm gonna bounce on the 100 EMA there a little bit. See if we can get it to come back. Facebook, big bounce at the VWAP.
Yeah, Facebook, massive bounce there. Oh boy.
Got some more calls on Twitter there. Oh, Baba.
Netflix has a little bit of a curl taking place to it. Not looking too bad.
Twitter starting to retrace a little bit here, guys. Still holding long. We're up about $6.
And Twitter kind of bouncing there.
I took some profit off on the VWAP there on Twitter. Still have 10 contracts open, but still down on my first set of contracts, $20, but just made 40 back on the new dip. Just waiting to see what Twitter is going to do here. So I got 3450 calls, waiting for a secondary run sometime. Give it some time. Hopefully peek up past VWAP here and give me an exit. Yeah, I actually just gotta watch the SPY.
Might be a lower high setup here on Netflix for a short.
Facebook, lower highs, starting to go under VWAP here. Start looking for my swing position. Hopefully she sells down a little bit more after that big run.
Netflix starting to look like a little bit of a long trade there.
Facebook and mini buyer double bottom there. 72.80. Still watching Twitter here. Starting to fight with the 50. Still has a lower high set up. Got bought up off the 50 previous 1 minute candle. Let's see if we can make another run up here. We'll see. Ask is starting to get stretched a little bit here on the options. I see one big fat move candle up here. I'm still long on Twitter yet. Being patient. I cashed in 8 of my contracts for a $40 win, and then I held on to 10. If the SPY crushes here, I have a resistance line set at 285. Let's call it 286. Now it's starting to crack that. If it does start closing under the VWAP here, I'm going to be short biased instead here. We'll see. Twitter's still fighting. Yeah, despite what the chart looks like, you can see the options numbers are starting to dump here a little bit, so they know something that we don't.
Yeah, Netflix is looking a little bit weak. Not that I fully trust it to short, but it is starting to look a little bit bearish. Same thing with Twitter. Market's also pulling back pretty good right now.
Yeah, and you see how the SPY just dumped right there, and now it's under the VWAP. I would watch all longs. Like, get out. Be careful. Careful on those tech longs now. Twitter's still fighting against the SPY here with a higher low setup. I'll take it off if it breaks under 33.60, but if it doesn't break under 33.60, I'm not taking Twitter off.
Oh, the Momo scanner is working. For some reason, it was all the way down it was scrolled down to the bottom. For some reason, it wasn't showing any of the new moves coming in.
See how the SPY is dumping like insane right now, and Twitter is still holding up. Twitter doesn't really give a shit.
So had a few bad trades there on the side. So sitting down on the day 490 after being up 600. So it kind of is what it is, but that's okay. Yeah, Twitter's just barely hanging on here.
It's got a higher low set up off
Yeah,
the 33.60 line. That was the secondary entry. We had 2 33.60 entries, so, and it does not give a shit what the SPY is doing, which is a very good sign for the longs
so
here.
I just entered long on Twitter with this little higher low setup off the 200 moving average. I'm going to look for it to break up and over and kind of squeeze up over the VWAP. This is more or less going to be targeted towards like a scalp trade.
Could do a 1 minute chart. Could be a big W play here, guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of
734,
looking at there. So it's starting to push up, trying to get it over the VWAP, start squeezing up. There it goes.
Boom. Come on, baby. So this is a second VWAP tag here with a higher low setup. So if it does pull back, I'm still probably not going to get out. 3360 is my threshold. If it just wants to chop in between here and there, I'll let it.
Oh, wow, massive pull. Look at that. Look at that crazy pullback off the VWAP.
Yeah.
It's still getting bought up, so.
It's still have to be patient. You just, something like this, you got to take a number and you got to stick with your number. 3360 break is mine.
You're getting sucked right back up.
SPY's bouncing back up.
Let's go, Twitter. Come on, buddy. Yeah,
Ooh,
buyers are hopping over market
wrong.
price. Yeah, here comes a squeeze. Let's go. There she is.
Patience pays, boys.
Okay,
Gonna limit order out there.
some
See
right there.
if
So just sold 1,500 shares on Twitter. Only holding 1,100 now. Actually, I might downsize a little bit more. If we can get this next little push, I'm gonna sell 700 more shares on Twitter. It's kind of struggling right now, but it still looks strong, so. Here we go. So just sold 700 more shares there on Twitter, only holding 400 shares long now. So that's going to put me, so down 269 on the day. Not bad. Think I can get that to break even for even a small win on today's trading.
See if this ass gets brought up here on the Twitter unless it tags the VWAP again before it goes up. But
this
SPY had a
33.90.
nice bounce.
Twitter's next resistance is right about 33.90. Netflix is starting to move lower, but it's such a choppy move down. I'm not really shorting that.
Oh boy, look at Twitter. All right, I'm all out. Stuck.
I missed that take. So all out on Twitter. Missed the take I was really looking for at 33.90. It popped there, but I missed my entry or a take on it.
I'm up 5% in my tiny account. Good day here. Good day, Twitter. Thank you.
Twitter might have a double top forming too. Might push up towards, watch for a possible double top short on Twitter as well.
Yeah, I got all out off that. I was just looking for one more. The W starts and ends at 33.90, so that was its big W. Watch the reject and the SPY here, guys, on the VWAP. The SPY reject's hard here on VWAP. You really gotta watch your butts here. I'm just gonna stalk Facebook most of my day here.
IQ starting to open up below the VWAP. Could be good short play here. Lower volume though. Oh, I didn't want to short that. So I'm entering short here on IQ. So just entered short. I'm in 2,400 shares. Going to look for this to kind of roll over and start breaking down. Opened up below the VWAP. So we'll see how this trade here works out. Netflix is selling off pretty good there.
Yeah. Short potential on Twitter might switch bias now with the SPY dump. Try 1,000 shares here. Break it VWAP.
So IQ is just not moving in the manner I would like yet.
Ooh.
And it's probably because the volume's a little too low there.
Okay, I'm going to cover 500 of that Twitter short for the break of VWAP.
A lot of sellers still on IQ, so I guess I'll hold it here for a second. Starting to get choppy back and forth. I would start watching Netflix for a possible scalp trade to the upside off the 50 moving average. You can break up and over successfully.
Twitter through the 50 EMA, we still got 500 shares here.
Still holding short here on IQ. As soon as IQ drops, even if it does drop, I'm just going to take it all off because it's just moving too slow.
Twitter's starting to open up under the 50 EMA here, so if we get another sharp little downward, I'll cover up here for the rest.
Yeah, I'm taking IQ off. It's just too boring. I'm not even going to wait on it anymore. So back down to 382 on the day. Netflix is kind of looking good for a possible long here. Maybe up and over this. Is that even worth it? Yeah, it's all right. I won't trade that. All right. Well, had a good day under my belt. Kind of gave it back. So as of right now, sitting down on the day. There goes IQ, of course. Sitting down on the day, about $400. So may or may not call there. May take a couple more trades. Oh, a couple seconds longer, IQ would have worked out. Knucklehead. It's okay.
So Facebook is dumping past all the